Hi you guys and welcome back. It is April and we are going to continue with our Birthstone series. This month's Birthstone is Diamond. I had a lot of fun doing research. There was a lot of information to it. I ended up doing a cut crease using the Stila for my lashes, or the lid, and then I took some little crystals and made a eyeliner and wing with that. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this very, very glittery, sparkly, diamondy cut crease, then just keep watching. Hi you guys and welcome back. We are going to jump right in. I went ahead and did all of my complexion. I have all that finished. I'm going to put a little bit of powder underneath my eyes. But we are going to jump right into April's Birthstone, which is Diamond. I have lots of different things to share with you guys throughout this, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, the first thing that I want to do is put a little bit of powder underneath my eyes so that I can catch any fallout. Now, I'm not really expecting to have a bunch of fallout with this, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and put some under there. I'm going to do something that I have never tried before. Alright, I'm just going to leave that just like that. I'm going to take my Violet Voss Pro, the Like a Boss. It looks like this. And I'm going to be using the shade WCW. Let me grab a fluffy brush. And I'm just going to dip right into that, tap it off, and we're going to put that in our crease and up just a little bit. So I'm just taking just that WCW, that's the only color that I'm using, and I'm just going to do windshield wiper motions and also circular motions to take that up toward my brow on both sides. So in ancient Greece, which is where we find a lot, if you've noticed through this Birthstone series, I talk a lot about ancient Greece. A lot of the information that I pull starts from that time period. So the ancient diamond comes from the ancient Greek word adamas, and it translates into unbreakable, which is equated to endless love. So that is where the word diamond comes from to begin with. Medieval people believed that it protected from the plague. There was also somewhere I heard that they believed that it was healing for specifically brain issues, which I thought was pretty interesting. Okay, so I've gotten that pretty, that's about as deep as I want to get it. So I'm just going to set this to the side for now. The Romans, again, this is something that you'll remember if you've watched my previous Birthstone series. This is, again, something very common. They tend to attach these different stones to themselves when they were going into war. And this is no exception. The Romans fastened diamonds onto their left arm so that the diamond would touch the flesh. Powerful, that was going to make them braver, more daring, and then give them victory over their enemies. So again, back into the war thing. Oh shoot, I left my lid off of this and it is dry. I'm just going to tightline. Let's see here. In 19, that is way off. In 1477, was her name Madeline? No, Mary of Burgundy was the first to receive a diamond engagement ring. And the tradition is believed to have begun then. Nothing can scratch a diamond, but a diamond will scratch everything. And I think it was up in the 80% to even this day that the majority of the actual diamonds are used for industry. They're used to cut things. They're used on the end of drill bits. They're used for, you always hear of diamond ended drill bits or diamond whatever. That's what 80% of the diamonds are still used for to this day. The other 20% is obviously for jewelry. Diamonds can cut through every known surface. However, a diamond cannot be cut unless it's by another diamond. And it can't even be scratched by other stones, like I said. But if you have your diamonds in your jewelry box, you want to make sure that you don't let them touch any of your other jewelry, because a diamond will definitely scratch other jewelry. I think the first thing that I'll do is go ahead and take my Milk Jumbo pencil. This is a brand new one. I gotta open it. Shoot. And there are colored diamonds, which they're also called fancy diamonds, and I'm going to put pictures of all different kinds of diamonds up on the screen as well. I'm going to take my jumbo pencil in Milk, and I'm going to place that all over my lid as a nice base. So all the way from inner to outer. And I'm not really doing a cut crease, but it's pretty close. Instead of using concealer, I'm using this. And if you can see, I'm really keeping that pretty tight to my natural crease. Okay, so there are colored diamonds. Like I said, they are called fancy diamonds. They are rare, very valuable, very, very valuable. The colors include yellow, blue, black, pink, red, orange, green, and brown. And then there's even one that's like a yellow and brown mix that's called cognac. It's super duper pretty. I have a yellow canary diamond right here. I love it. I think it's so pretty. Now, black diamonds are not really black. They contain numerous dark inclusions that give the diamond the dark appearance. So they're not truly black. It's just that they have a lot of inclusions in them. The cost of diamonds depend on the type of stone. And I'm going to put a picture up there and tell you some of the most popular stones and then some of the more rare cut stones. But then also the 4 C's, which is color, cut, clarity, and carat. All right, I'm just barely smushing this out. And I am being very careful at the top here to make sure I get that nice crisp cut. Now, I do not do a lot of cut creases because of my hooded eyes, but for this specific look that I had in mind, I knew that that was what I was going to need to do. All right, I am going to go ahead and leave that. I'm not going to set it, and I'm going to go into my Stila Magnificent. This is the Glitter and Glow, and I think it's in Patina. I will put it up at the top. And I am going to place that right on top of where I just put that milk. And I'm going to be very, very careful that I'm not going above where I just cut that crease with the NYX milk. And then I'm going to let that eye dry. I'm not going to open it because my eyes are so hooded and I did the cut crease. I don't want that to transfer above. Something that I found very interesting is if you ever find yourself on Saturn, you're going to hope that it rains because scientists believe that it rains diamonds there. All right, I'm going to put in some pictures. There's blue diamonds, and then the most famous one, of course, is the Hope blue diamond. Now, I watched an entire documentary on this. There was so much information in this, there was just no possible way that I would be able to put all that information in this video. So I'm actually going to list that documentary in the description box so that you can go check it out if you're interested in it. It's, excuse me, it's pretty interesting. But if you know, everyone says that the Hope Diamond is cursed, and every person that had it definitely had some pretty horrible things happen. Right now, it is housed at the Smithsonian, and I believe it was sometime in the 50s. Again, if you watch the documentary, you'll get all the dates. It was originally from India, and of course, like I said, the legend said that it is cursed, and I'm going to link that documentary below. The Hope Diamond is currently on display at the Smithsonian. Another one of the more expensive, and I'm going to put a picture of it as well, was a blue diamond. It was 14.62 carats, and it sold for $58 million at Christie's. That's who auctioned it off, Christie's auction house. If you go watch the documentary, you'll hear about De Beers and how they basically controlled the entire diamond industry. And they did some pretty shady things by opening up other companies, but they were still all under the umbrella of the De Beers. So they definitely had a monopoly. Now, they also were the first ones to come up with some pretty awesome marketing, which is really what got it all kicked off. They were "The Diamond is Forever," and some of the other ad campaigns really, really worked. Alright, so if you see, I just deepened that up right above, but I didn't go down where I've created that cut crease. One of, well, my personal favorite, and something that I always love to get, is the little blue box from Tiffany's. And one of the things that's always said is that the only thing that you can't buy from Tiffany's is the blue box. You can only get that by buying something. So you can't just buy the blue box. I have actually been to Tiffany & Company in New York City, and it is quite an experience. If you ever get a chance to go in there, it's very, very cool to just walk through there and look around. They have, of course, tributes to Audrey Hepburn, who made Tiffany's infamous in the Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I do plan on doing an entire video based just on that movie and recreating Audrey Hepburn's look from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Let's see here. Tiffany & Company, all of their diamonds are all ethically sourced, and their blue boxes are totally recyclable. So they are really conscious of the planet and also of people, because if you do some research on the sourcing of some of these diamonds, it's a little scat, and there's some not so nice things that they do to get these diamonds. But I wanted to quickly run through all of the facts, and I apologize for reading it, but there was just so much to this one, and I couldn't possibly memorize that. And now I need to get serious, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and align my I'm going to line my lash line with just my black eyeliner, and I'm going to keep this very close to my lash line. The only reason I'm doing this is because I am going to be putting on false lashes. And this will help them to blend better, and will also help with what I'm going to do next. And while that dries, I am going to go ahead and put my lash glue on my lashes. I will again list the name and the style of the lashes. I'm pretty sure that they're Lily lashes, but I will list the name of the, or the style of the actual lash up above. So while this dries, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on my lashes, and then I will be right back. I did already trim them down to size. And when I put the glue on, I do just about that much. So not a whole lot. You want just a little bit. And this glue is, I think it's callus. I can't remember exactly how you pronounce it. But again, I'll put a picture of it up there. I got it when I went to the makeup show. Actually, I got several of them. I love, this is my hands down favorite glue. It goes on like an iridescent white, and as it's drying, you'll know that it's ready when it turns that blue color. And you need very little, and the stuff comes back off easily. They'll stay in place great, but they're also easy to remove, and they don't like mess your lashes up big time. Now, I typically do not put, oh, before I forget, I got the super duper cute shirt, and actually 3 others that she sent me. And I am going to list her Facebook group down in the description box so that you guys can check her out. She makes tons of different things. I had her make a tumbler for Carmen, who is going to be a first-time grandmother on Halloween. How fitting is that? So I ordered her a tumbler, but she can make anything, and she does amazing work, super fast shipping, and I highly recommend her. So I will make sure and list that down below as well. All right, that is pretty dry. Now let's see how my lashes are doing. And I'm going to make sure that my little lash applicator that I have right here, I just want to make sure that that is cleaned off. I should have done that before. But you want to make sure that it's super cleaned off so that it doesn't, the glue doesn't get stuck to these. It makes it so much harder to put the lashes on. And then when you grab your lashes, what you want to do is grab a different mirror that you can actually look down into. And when you apply them, and this is of course after you've already measured them, you want to cut them and make sure that they fit, all that stuff. Once you're ready and your glue is set enough, then you're going to look down and place them and then you can just maneuver them around. Your little tool here. You can use tweezers as well. I just find these so much easier. And then once you have them in place, then you can go back into your actual mirror and make sure that they are sitting exactly where you want. And for this one, I needed it to be perfect. I cannot have these off at all. They have to be in the exact right spot because of what I'm going to do next. Alright, so I'm going to let that sit for just a second, but you see how easily that went on. These are a brand new pair of lashes, but I find these Lily lashes go on very, very easily. So I'm going to let that sit before I actually pinch them. But if you look at just how much having lashes on will open your eyes. And these are more of a pinup style, so they're shorter here on the inside and then they get longer. When you trim your lashes, you want to make sure you always trim from the outside, not the inside, because you definitely want the inside to be shorter, otherwise it's going to be super irritating to you. Okay, I went ahead and put some mascara on the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish my bottom lash line. And I'm just going to take that same WCW color, and I'm just going to run it right along my bottom lash line. Okay, I am going to take my lash glue, and I am going to use it just like I did my liquid liner. So I'm going to go right above where my lashes are. I need to look down here a little bit. And I'm just gonna line off my lashes. So I'm just going to use it just like I would, just like I did my liquid liner. Now I'm going to let that set for a second. I got to get it off of my actual falsies. So I just pinched to get that off. But can you see how it's kind of that fluorescent or iridescent bluish color? All right, and then I have these, and they are just little diamonds. And I'm gonna put some of those down on this little black velvet case that I have, and I am just going to pick them up one at a time, hopefully. And I'm going to start right here in the inner corner first. And I'm just going to lay them down in a row. Now I don't want my glue to dry. I want it to be tacky but not dry, so I have to get a move on. You could also do this, you know, like do half and then do the other half. And of course, this is completely optional. I just told you guys that I definitely wanted to do something super special for the month of April, since not only was it diamonds, but it was also my anniversary. So I've been planning on doing this since I actually originally started the Birthstone series. This was the one I was most excited to do because I knew I wanted to use the rhinestones as eyeliner. Grab one more. Okay. Now I actually think I'm going to add a little bit more glue. And I'm going to put just a couple more right there in that outer corner. But I'm going to pull this off real quick. And then I'm just going to, just like I would as if I were making a wing. Yep, it's going to match up. Okay. And these little diamonds I just got off of Amazon, I believe. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up both eyes, and I decided to put a few right in the inner corner, and then I took the Stila up underneath my lash line. So now all we have left to do are the lips. So I'm just going to take my Gerard Cosmetics lip liner, the MAC, and this is the Mariah Carey, I don't remember the name, but I will list it above, and it is a very nude, like very nude. And then on top of that, I am going to once again take my Stila. I'm just going to grab my lip pencil here real quick. Hold on one second. There's somebody knocking on my door. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my lip pencil. I know I got it out for sure. I don't know what I did, but that's all right. I'll just take this. Been using, and I'm just gonna pick a little bit more of that up. Oh, it's almost dry because I had to go get the daggone FedEx, and I'm going to pop that right into the center. Okay, I am all finished. I just went ahead and curled my hair. I really like how this turned out. I thought it turned out super pretty. I'm happy with it. For never having worked with rhinestones before, I'm happy. I wasn't really sure if I should put them on my eyelashes first, but I'm glad that I did it this way. I had much more control, and I really like the way that everything turned out. It wasn't as hard as I was expecting it to be. So I'm super happy with it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I love doing the Birthstone series. I appreciate you guys being patient with me while I got this out. Next up is May, and that will be Emerald. So until next time, remember, there are no such thing as disabilities, only different abilities. I love you all, and God bless.